Arsenal 1-2 Chelsea. Player ratings as Blues kick off Mainz series with win. Chelsea kicked off the pre-season Mainz series tournament with a compass 2-1 victory over London rivals Arsenal. The Gunners began the game on top, causing some trouble down the left wing, but it was Chelsea who took the lead as Kai Havertz thundered home a 2-on-1 chance 26 minutes in. Both Emile Smith-Rowe and Hakim Ziyech saw strikes come back off the post, but the score remained 1-0 heading into the break. After watching Ziyech miss an excellent chance for a second, Granit Xhaka headed Arsenal level from a corner midway through the second half, but Tammy Abraham answered back immediately with a compassed finish after more sloppy defending from Arsenal. Joe Willock thought he had fired home an equaliser late on, but despite the ball looking to have bounced over the line, the goal was not given, and Chelsea instead managed to see the rest of the game out comfortably. Bernd Leno, GK, 5/10, didn't look happy at all during the game, but a lot of the blame must go to his non-existent defense. Callum Chambers, RB, 4/10, not good enough in attack for someone who spent so long at that end of the pitch. Caught out of position far too often and regularly struggled with Werner's pace. Rob Holding, CB, 4/10, was holding a false centre-back? He roamed around far too often and left Arsenal so exposed for Havertz's opener. Pablo Mari, CB, 5/10, did have some good moments of defending, but was left painfully isolated at times. Didn't always help himself, but needed far more support. Kieran Tierney, LB, 6/10, Arsenal's best defender by far, barely a compliment. Tierney feasted on Pulisic's unconvincing performance at wing-back. His end product left a little to be desired, but he asked a lot of questions of Chelsea's defense. Thomas Partey, DM, 5/10, one of Arsenal's best players before being forced off shortly before half-time through injury. Tried to carry on after picking up a knock, but couldn't. Mohamed Elneny, DM, 4/10, caught in possession alarmingly often and had his defenders scrambling to cover for him. Did little to suggest he will start over Albert Sambi-Lokonga. Nicolas Pepe, RM, 4/10, didn't get the better of Hudson-Odoi on the right and was worryingly quiet during his time on the pitch. Emile Smith-Rowe, M, 6/10, looked very sharp and was a post away from getting a well-deserved goal. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, LM, 5/10, looked lively down the wing and enjoyed space behind Pulisic, but proved why so many fans want him back at striker with a poor end product. Alexander Lacazette, Saint, 4/10, looked off the pace against Chelsea's three centre-backs. Found it hard to link up play and looked a step behind the rest of his teammates. Granit Xhaka 6/10, Ben White 7/10, Hector Bellerin 4/10, Sead Kolasinac 5/10, Bukayo Saka 6/10, Edin Ketaya 6/10, Joe Willock 6/10, Nuno Tavares 6/10, Albert Sambi-Lokonga 7/10, Edward Mendy, GK, 6/10, had to be alert to claim a few crosses and did everything required of him. Did well to save Lacazette's free kick early in the second half. Trevoh Chalobah, CB, 7/10, did his chances of staying in the squad no harm. Looked very calm in possession and was solid in the tackle. Kurt Zouma, CB, 6/10, a very Zouma-esque performance. Powerful in the tackle, a little too much so at times, but wobbly when on the ball. Antonio Rudiger, CB, 7/10, managed the first 45 minutes and looked as solid as ever. Had Arsenal's forwards scared to take him on at times. Christian Pulisic, RM, 5/10, had a very tricky start as a wing-back but was moved further forward after the break. Looked a little more comfortable but didn't do much. Mateo Kovacic, CM, 5/10, hauled off at half-time after trying to rack up 1,000 yellow cards. Ended up with just one, but could have easily been sent for an earlier bath. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, CM, 7/10, began incredibly hot, bursting forwards and playing some decent passes. Quietened down somewhat as the game went on, but continued to make an impact. Callum Hudson-Odoi, LM, 7/10, cooked on the left wing. Really enjoyed being given space and time to fly forwards and nearly sent Mari back to Brazil with a dummy before the break. Kai Havertz, M, 7/10, made up for his miss against Leno last season with an emphatic finish here. Capped off a solid 45 minutes. Hakim Ziyech, M, 7/10, got in a lot of good positions and wanted the ball all the time. Should have bagged a goal after the break, but hesitated for far too long. Timo Werner, Saint, 6/10, had some sloppy moments at times but enjoyed the chance to get in behind Chambers out wide. Looked to have wasted the chance for